Hello students, I am Kamaljit Sharma, PGT Accountancy, teaching in Cambridge International School, the SUA. This lecture is prepared for the subject of Business Studies for Grade 11 Commerce. Dear students, in the last session, we have started Chapter 2 Forms of Business Organization. We started with the sole proprietorship form of business, in which we studied its features, merits, demerits, etc. Today, we will learn about the other form of business organization, which is HUF. HUF means Hindu Undivided Family Business. We will study about the Hindu Undivided Family Business, its meaning, its features, merits, demerits, etc. I hope this lesson would benefit you in understanding the concepts. Chapter 2, we will study about the sole proprietorship mode of business, Hindu undivided family business, partnership firms, cooperative societies, and joint stock companies. This chapter number 2, that is forms of business organization, we will study the following topics, that is identification of different forms of business organizations, explanation of features, merits, and limitations of select forms of business organization, distinction between various forms of business organizations, and analysis of factors determining choice of an appropriate form of business organization. Giant Hindu family or Hindu undivided family HUF is a part of social system prevailing in India for a long time, and so many Hindu undivided families are running businesses also. In this lesson we have explained this form of business organization. Hindu family business. This form of business organization is found in India only, as it is based on joint Hindu family concept and culture. Such form of business protects the economic interest of each male member of the family. The Hindu law and the law of succession is applicable to this form of business. It is also called Hindu undivided family, that is HUF. Before the enactment of the Hindu Succession Amendment Bill 2004, following two systems of HUF were prevailing in India. Two systems were Dayabhag and Mitakshara. Dayabhag, according to Dayabhag system, male as well as female members had a share in the property of the family, and this system was prevailed in the West Bengal only. As per Mitakshara system, sons and grandsons were equal ownership ownership right over the property of the grandfather. Thus, only main members could participate in the business of the family, and this system was prevailing in whole of the India, excluding West Bengal. But the Hindu Succession Amendment Bill 2004 gives women equal rights in the inheritance of ancestral wealth that was reserved for male heirs earlier. Now, Deabhag or Mitakshara have no relevance as regard to membership of the HUF. Discuss about the meaning of joint Hindu family business. The joint Hindu family business refers to a business which is owned by a joint Hindu family. In this business, all the members of Hindu undivided family work under the control of the head of the family, who is the oldest member of the family and called Karta. It is governed by the Hindu law. This form of organization is created by the law of succession. In this form of business organization, all the family members have equal ownership right over the property of an ancestor, and they are known as co-parceners. The share of ancestral property is inherited by the male members from their father, grandfather, and great grandfather. I put a mark on male members because due to the amendment in the Hindu Succession Act, now the female members are also included. According to the Hindu Succession Amendment Act 2005, the daughter of a co-parsoner of a joint Hindu family shall, by birth, become a co-parsoner. At the time of partition of such joint Hindu family, the co-parsonary property shall be equally divided to all the co-parsoners irrespective of their gender, whether it is male or female. The eldest member, male or female, of joint Hindu family shall become Karta. Married daughter has equal rights in property of a joint Hindu family. The joint Hindu family business is on the decline because of the diminishing number of joint Hindu families in the country nowadays. Now we will study about the features of a joint Hindu family business. The first feature is formation. A joint Hindu family business can be started by the head of a joint Hindu family without any agreement. There are two conditions for formation of HUF business, which are there should be at least two members in the family, and second one is there should be ancestral property to be inherited by them. Second feature is membership by birth. The membership of a joint Hindu family business consists of all members of the family. With the enactment of the amendment in 2004 in Hindu Succession Act 1956, male and female children both becomes member of family by birth. Third feature is number of members. There should be minimum two members. There is no restriction on the maximum number of family members in HUF business. Fourth feature is minor members. An HUF business does not restrict minors to become the member since a child becomes member of the family by birth. Next one is management. The management of such a business vests in the eldest member of the family, called Karta. The Karta, however, may associate other members to assist him in the management of the business. Sixth feature is liability. The liability of the Karta is unlimited. That is, even his personal assets can be used for the payment of business dues. The liability of other members is limited to the extent of their share in the property of the family business. Next feature is continuity of the business. An HUF business continues even after the death of a Karta or any member of the family. After the death of the Karta, the next eldest member takes up the position of Karta. The joint Hindu family business comes to an end when all the members of the family decides to terminate the business. The eighth feature is right to accounts. Member of the family or co-parsoners are not entitled to inspect the accounts of the business. He can claim his share in the property and ask accounts from the Karta while leaving the family business. Now comes the advantages. The first advantage is freedom of decision, as the Karta manages and controls whole business and is free to take any decision, so quick decisions are taken to make use of opportunities to firm's advantage. This form of business organization is free to choose any business according to its desire and convenience, like a sole trader. There is no restriction on the size and type of business. The second advantage is permanent existence. It is more stable form as compared to sole proprietor or partnership. Death of family member does not bring an end to the business. Next generation become members of family after first generation. One is limited liability. In joint Hindu family business, liability of all members is limited to extent of their shares. It gives them a relief. The liability of the karta is unlimited. The next one is direct relationship with customers. Like sole proprietorship, this form of business organization is in direct contact with its customers. Personal contacts and relations keep the customers satisfied and happy. It increases the sales and reputation of the business. Next one is economy. Karta and other family members perform the various activities of business themselves. They do not need any paid employee. As they do the whole business themselves, they use the business money with great caution. It brings economy in business. Next comes the tax benefits. Under the Income Tax Act of our country, joint Hindu family business organization is recognized. Under the Income Tax Act, certain benefits are provided to HUF businesses. Next one is goodwill and credit. Joint Hindu family business enjoys the benefits of goodwill, reputation, name, contacts, and status of the ancestors. Reputation of the business passes from one generation to another generation. It enjoys good credit facilities as the liability of the karta is unlimited. Moreover, it is stable business and creditors do not hesitate to extend loans and credit. Karta and other members, through their personal contacts and goodwill, can easily raise a good amount of loan. Now comes the disadvantages. The first one is limited financial resources. In a joint Hindu family business, the capital is limited only up to the resources of one family. Its capital is only through ancestral property, their own savings, and loans raised from their contacts. This capital is not sufficient to meet the business requirements and is a great disadvantage in these days where business needs huge capital for expansion. The second disadvantage is limited managerial capacity. As Karta has to perform all the functions of business, he may not be an expert in all activities of business. Ability of an individual is limited. Usually, no outsider is allowed to participate in the management of business. This may affect the functioning of family business adversely. The third disadvantage is unlimited liability of Karta. In a joint Hindu family business, liability of the Karta is unlimited, while the liability of members is limited. To meet the business obligation of the HUF business, if the business assets are not sufficient, the personal assets of the Karta can be sold. The next one is suspicion due to secrecy. As you know, Karta of the family keeps all business secrets to himself, and other members of the family are not authorized to inspect the books of account. It makes the other members and outsiders suspicious about the working of the business. Sometimes it becomes a source of conflict among the members. Disadvantage is Karta too powerful. In case of HUF business, the control of the business lies in the hands of the Karta. If he is incompetent, he may ruin the business, since business decisions taken by him may go wrong and other members cannot interfere. The next one is lack of motivation. There is no reward for efficiency in an HUF business. All the members of the family are provided the same facilities. It affects the morale of efficient members. Sometimes the Karta of the family feels that his liability is unlimited while share in the business is equal to that of other members. Thus, we find a lack of motivation in HUF business. Dear students, in this session, we have studied about the other form of business organization, that is HUF, Hindu Undivided Family Business. We have studied its meaning, its features, advantages, and disadvantages. I hope this session helps you in understanding the concepts related to this topic. Now, as per your homework, go through with this session thoroughly and make yourself understand the concepts of Hindu undivided family business. In the next session, we will take on the next form of the business. Till then, stay home, stay safe, but study regularly. Thank you.